Greetings and welcome to Die Dragon Die presents Titans Gift Season 2, Episode 32. I'm your demon host, Marty, joined by the full Seattle crew. How is everyone doing? I'm going to warm up your mics in the microwave for 20 seconds, and there we go. Hot mics, hot mics.
Alrighty. Max is counting.
Actually, that's a long time. Don't put microphones.
Mics are done.
Don't put microphones in the microwaves. That is your PSA announcement for tonight. Okay, we're taking off. Bye.
It's cold in the middle. What the hell?
How is everyone doing? It's been a couple weeks.
I'm doing fine. I moved out of my office into the dining room and sealed up the office to keep the smoke out. But we made it through, so I'll move back into the office this weekend.
Nice.
I was going around like a crazy person, all right, so the windows, right? Yeah, it's coming through the windows, but they're sealed up. Now I'll pull the screen out and tape it just to be sure. Now I'm coming in. Where could it be? It's the lights, right? It's coming in through the lights because they go up into the attic and they're not sealed well enough. I'm gonna take the cover off the light, duct tape that son of a bitch up. See if we can keep it from coming in, because that's where it's got to be.
So anxiety is one of the many symptoms of smoke trauma.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
My guess is it's the ducts, and there's a duct underneath the cabinet that I didn't anyway. Hopefully it won't
Hey Xander, how's it going? Yeah, I've got a kind of like a drafty apartment. It's on the 5th floor. The water is 4 blocks away, and there's a nice draft that comes right through the apartment. As a larger guy doesn't like heat, it's the perfect apartment, except for when it's smoky out. I had a miserable time trying to keep the smoke out. My AC, my little kind of like standing RTGTU AC unit was full blast the entire time. The unfortunate part about my setup is that it's right beside where I stream. Like it's literally right here. So to have that on full blast while streaming, it just wouldn't happen. Plus, breathing is also nice. And then I started losing sleep. So it was about 7 days of no sleep and not being able to breathe properly. And I felt like shit. And I felt like shit for a couple days afterwards. Like green air came, on Saturday?
Man.
Yeah, we finally got.
Yeah, next time Marty's
Sorry to
packing
hear
a
that.
bag and it was like, do I risk going to an airport, which is like vector for COVID, or do I just stay in my apartment? And like there was no good choice, and you couldn't outdrive it. I would have had to driven as far east as Wisconsin to get into green air.
Through it. You'd have to drive through the heart of it.
Right.
Yeah, my brother-in-law went to
anyways.
Idaho, and he was saying that it was still smoky and foggy there.
Yep. So I feel for the people in California where this is still a problem, and I guess in Oregon and elsewhere, but that was miserable. I had a miserable 10 days. Finally been able to sleep and air out the apartment. I've got a fine dust that isn't just normal dust, like a fine smoke dust in my apartment that I'm slowly cleaning up because it's on everything and in everything. But yeah. So that's why you haven't seen us. It's been 2 weeks since we've gamed last, and I think this was the beginning of the Smokeopolis 2 weeks ago. Yeah. I remember turning off the AC 2 weeks ago and then feeling bad, when I turned it back on later. So, yeah. What have I done since then? During that, Raised by Wolves is an amazing series. You should start watching that one. It slows down about 6 episodes in. Not sure if it'll pick back up again. Hope it does. What else? Having not a lot of sleep, I watched a bunch of stupid TV. Like I went through the entire series of The Office during that 10 days.
Oh,
that's
nice.
Basically what got me through that. I was sitting on the floor of my living room because sitting up was, you could tell the difference with 3 feet and air quality, and watch that. And I've been slowly solving the hard drive problem. We've been telling stories here on Die Dragon Die for, I don't know, 4 years, something like that. I had to find a place to archive the 4 or 5 terabytes worth of video files.
What?
So I'm using a combination of an Amazon service called Amazon Glacier, which basically charges you for downloading,
Cold here.
and it's kind of like a cold storage. And then I've got a external hard drive, which are surprisingly small, a 5 terabyte external.
That's crazy.
You know, that I've been putting stuff into. So I have 2/3 of our archive of the videos archived, and I've cleared out some hard drive space. So that's what I've been up to. Anyways, what about you guys?
Whew. Definitely not backing up videos to the cloud, but definitely not that.
Just low-level tasks. While I couldn't think properly, just low-level tasks.
That's good. That's good. Get the chores checked off the list. I'm still just looking for a house, trying to buy a house. Took a couple swings and misses, but it's out there somewhere, guys.
Good luck,
Somewhere.
man.
It is.
So that eats up a lot of time. The cycle out here for buying a house is a house comes on the market Thursday, you see it Saturday, they've accepted an offer by Tuesday. So it's really intense and it's really stressful because you have to constantly like be watching to see what's coming on the market on like Thursday, what's worth going to see, because it quickly uses up your whole weekend just looking at houses.
That's nuts.
It's pretty insane. So doing a lot of that, but you know, it gives me an excuse to not be inside the apartment, which is great. It's really great. And also you think like, oh, I could live in a house.
It's great when you can breathe outside.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, driving around when it was smoky was a little rough, but
Yeah.
got the mask at least.
Funny that you say a little rough. I thought that was very rough.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't great. I did really try.
My son had his first basketball practice this last weekend, which was interesting. All of the kids started with masks on, and they were running, and they did maybe 3 suicides or 3/4 of a suicide. I don't even know. And then masks came off, and nobody gave a shit anymore. So I don't know. The coaches were good though. The coaches kept the kids as separated as they could. But I mean, you're playing basketball. At some point, you're going to be head to head with somebody, and throughout a longer period of time, you're going to be head to head with most people, which means everybody's going to just if somebody has something, somebody's going to get it. Which is, I mean, I'm laughing about it, but it's just, what are you supposed to do?
It's the reality of it, though, too. So,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So
I think I might be able to get some purrs. Anyone want some purrs here? Let's see if I can get some purrs.
Get some cord chews in.
I do think we've got the same mic set up, though. I've also got that little guy, the Infinity.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
Nice.
five fine something or other. Yeah, it's a decent mic.
Oh, sorry, not
Directional.
Infinity, Fine 9 or something like that.
Max,
Five Fine.
Yeah,
Five
yeah.
Fine.
how's the puppers doing?
Oh man,
How's it doing, Max?
dogs are doing okay. We had I don't know what else to call it other than like a pocket shit storm the other night. One of the dogs woke up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and just shit herself all over the place. Like, and she got scared, so she ran up the stairs and like wiped her ass on every stair on the way up. It was bad. It was bad. It was dark times. I don't know what she ate, but like it I could not believe which end it came out of. I'll just put it that way. Outside of that, it's fine. Sleep is a little rough. I think I'm through the worst of it because she's sleeping like maybe 5 hours straight now. So that's good. I actually have entered some REM cycles lately, which has been nice. Separate from that, watched a lot of Lucifer, and then just this last weekend I bought Hades on the Switch. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but it's a
I heard it's good.
yeah, it's a roguelike. It's really good. It's really good. If you liked Bastion or Transistor, it's made by the same company. I hadn't played either of those other two,
I've heard of neither.
but Hades is really good.
That team is so good. They make like pieces of art. Like
Yeah,
the
it's
music,
it's
the
really good.
storytelling, the art. It's so good. Even the soundtracks are just so fun
Yeah.
to listen to while working and stuff. They're so good.
Yeah, the part that impressed me the most, that even though it's like so repeatable, right? Because it's a rogue, um, there's so much VO. I haven't heard the same voice line twice, and I've been playing for like 4 days straight.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it's got to be like 10 gigs of voice lines. Like
That's
it's nuts. So I really enjoyed it. It's been good.
Yeah, I mean, if you like that one, check out Transistor and Bastion
Yeah,
afterwards.
I think I'm gonna do Transistor next.
Yeah,
for
that
sure.
one's really cool. There's a cool like aesthetic to it.
I've been nerding out on Crusader uh, Crusader Kings 2 with the Forgotten Realms mod on it. I know CK3 came out, but the Forgotten Realms mod just basically smushes together two of my favorite things, D&D and like 4X games. And there's something very, very satisfying about playing a wizard that's in charge of armies and, and conquering your neighbors and managing your nobles and all in the Forgotten Realms, which as much as I poo-poo, like you guys have known me since I've like pooed on the Forgotten Realms. I've played in it for 20 years and I got tired of it. But it still was 20 years of formative D&D kind of DMing playing experience. So I still there's a soft spot for it. I also don't like what they did with the campaign setting in 4th edition, and whatever they did with it in 5th edition, it's just hard to tell. It's hard to know what, like, I have not spent the time to try to decipher what it is that happened to the world in general in 5th ed. I just haven't, because it was them undoing a cataclysm that made 4th edition, and it just felt like, okay, you're doing a reset almost. Yeah. Anyways, I'm rambling at this point. Why don't we do a recap of what happened in the last game, or at least what is going
What about
on?
Matt?
Oh yeah,
I wanna know what Matt did.
Matt did his.
I win.
Oh yeah, you're
I
talking
went.
about
I
that.
went crazy duct taping my lights.
That's
I
right.
suppose that's fair.
And the cat tried to purr.
Did you do anything other than like try and breathe?
Oh, I played a bunch of Dwarf Fortress.
Okay,
You gotta run it.
Like a bunch of Dwarf Fortress.
nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. The last couple of games involved the party, the Jerks Emeritus, going to the Maison Chalmers. 2 games ago. It's close to midnight. Bukerbeck falls ill and stays at the Iron Pine residence to rest while the party visits the Maison Chalmers, the family manor of the professor. The party breaks into the manor, discovers its regenerating powers, and explores 4 floors. Thurgus tracks some strange visitors to the manor. The party meets the spirit of the professor's very strict grandmother, who still plays the harpsichord. The party finds the secret library containing a cache of fiendish and necromantic books. They also discover a secret door in the attic, which can only be opened with blood after dark. Retreating to the professor's childhood bedroom, Zephyros conjures a rope trick in which the party hides, awaiting for nightfall. As the party emerges from the rope trick, they find the manor bustling with activity. Guests have been seated in the dining room, the smell of roast feast emanating from the kitchen, and strange guards wandering the halls. A foreign baron leading it all. The professor has a reunion with his estranged family under the worst conditions. Pharisee angers the resident ghost of the professor's grandmother. Thurgus learns the Baron knows about his nature and his capture. Last game, the party follows the bloody spirit of the vampiric Baron to the catacombs beneath the house. The professor cedes control to his alter ego, Sinclair. The professor's daughters follow the Jerks Emeritus into danger, his youngest daughter under a powerful enchantment. The party battles undead relatives of the professor before finding a heavily guarded lair of the Baron. Deeper in the bowels of the catacombs, the professor finds a ritual chamber from which echoes the chanting of the past. Spirits of the chamber demand a sacrifice. the entity of the house is hungry. And if you guys want a clip, which I can't play, but I can share, of what the chanting sounds like, if you want sort of a an auditory inspiration, you
It's
can go onto that
horrifying.
link. It is horrifying, and that is the sound that is emanating from the bowels of this house, which many of the party members are beginning to believe that the professor's family was not a nice one. They might have had a very deep, dark,
Putting it mildly.
and sinister past. All right. We left off in the middle of combat. Thurgus is kind of clogging up this doorway, battling a vampiric mimic that we called Watch Where You Sit, as well as 2 stone guardians that were flanking a statue of a robed figure that was holding the skull, a skull with gems for eyes, in his hand. His daughters had followed him down, had followed the professor down into the crypt, and I believe that there is one shadow thing that is chasing Professor at this point that has stopped and is looking at his daughter, who is asleep on the floor. Okay. Makronom got hit by the vampiric mimic, who he did not recognize as a regular mimic. The Watch Where You Sit also was able to determine that Makronom was a living creature, strangely enough, despite having a very good disguise. Zephyros had dimension doored out of this room, I believe, to get away from some of the enemies within. Okay, Thurgus is a little bit injured. What else? One of the guardian statues has been destroyed by Thurgus's mighty swings of his adamantine blade. And I think we're going to push on pause. So Makronom is basically on your shoulder still.
Oh, that thing didn't feel too good when it touched me. It made me puke up those books. I gotta get those books back.
We'll go get them in a bit. Don't worry about it. We
Yeah,
just have to survive first.
But I wasn't supposed to blow the books everywhere.
Yeah, and I wasn't supposed to run us into trouble, but I accidentally did.
Okay. If we get back in there, we just stuff the books back in, okay? For keeping for the
Do you
professor.
remember who you're keeping them for?
Oh, the professor, he's gonna be mad.
There's a
I think he's got more important things on his mind right now.
A frantic discussion as Makronom feels both bad and worse. There are several spells running, haste and displacement on Zephyros. I think haste is also affecting others. Thurgus, you've got this nasty thing in your face that is trying to... you don't like the cold feeling coming off of this thing's grasp, and you definitely don't want to stick anything into its nasty, sharp-fanged mouth. What are you doing, Thurgus?
Am I up?
Yep.
Swift action, I'm going to burn another round of Sacred Weapon.
Okay.
I'm going to give my Greatsword +1 in Flaming.
All right. The Greatsword basically washes with blood, and then the blood catches fire.
Actually, can I make that keen in Flaming?
Sure.
Okay. I don't know if mimics can be crit, but I'm going to give it a shot. All right. And then we said that guardian statue is actually attacking the mimic. Am I getting flanking right now?
You are. Yes, the guardian statue. I think mist was put up, which broke the contact between the gem statue and the guardians, which are now basically uncontrolled.
Oh.
All right, that's the first one. 31 to hit.
Missed by 1.
Oof.
Oh, is that including flank? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. 23 + 2.
Yeah, the Watch Where You Sit, you kind of struck it expecting it to be like a chair, and it just simply bent out of the way as your adamantine sword came swiping in.
Oh, stay still. Sit or whatever. And then haste attack. Oh my god.
It bends the other way.
Kill me now. It's gonna be like that tonight. All right. And iterative. 19 on a die is a crit threat. Can it be crit?
It cannot be crit with your current weapon.
Okay, understood.
But you do strike it. This time you're like, well, it can't split itself in half. It tries, but you embed the blade into it.
All right. If you need the fire separate, fire's 3 of that, but 44 points total.
What is the plus on your weapon?
The weapon right now is +1 adamantine.
Okay, so the DR applies. So 34 damage. And
but it is good aligned.
Yep, that's fine. You find that you embed the blade into it, but there's this sticky goo that instead of blood that is coming out of the creature, and it's hard to pull your blade out of the creature. You need to make a strength check. Give me a second. +6. And that would be plus.
Would extra strength be beneficial to Thurgus?
Yeah, but it depends on what you can give me.
Okay, it is a DC.
I would get 1 from it because I have a belt.
Got it.
The adhesive, it's a DC 21 reflex save to avoid getting this on your weapon.
So not a strength check, reflex?
And then it would be a strength check to wrench it through out if you fail this.
Okay, so reflex first. 31.
All right,
20.
so yeah, you wrench your blade out of it quickly before the adhesive goo can go completely around it. All right, and that was your last attack.
All right, give me that back.
Yeah. The thing is horrific. You've split a couple of the boards in half. It's leaking this weird goo, and it's still like trying to mend back together and attack you. Professor and daughters. I've got a readied action. What was the readied action?
I don't know if the daughter was doing anything. I can't remember. She was going over to help, I think. The other one was still asleep. I had ended the turn talking to the shadow. It had said it needed a sacrifice, and I had asked for a moment to think about it.
Yep.
And it granted me that moment for whatever reason.
Okay, so it looks like it's been glitter dusted.
Yes, I hit it with glitter dust.
Okay, but it's not blinded. I remember that much.
Yeah, but I can see it now.
You do see it looking at you, but its gaze does look down at your unconscious daughter lying on the ground.
Yeah, so I'll start the turn by going, it seems that I am the last remaining male heir of the Chalmers line, de facto steward of the house now. I see that you're hungry. Pray tell, though, what does this sacrifice power?
The house is hungry.
Hungry specifically for Chalmers blood?
The trifold pact is overdue.
Oh, is there anything else we can offer? I see you're hungry. Wouldn't want you to starve.
Life force.
Life force.
None of you will escape without a sacrifice.
Yes, I hear you. I hear you. It sounds quite interesting. Just one moment. We're gonna roll the dice here. We're gonna try command undead and do an opposed charisma check on this guy.
The first thing is you cast a spell and it makes a saving throw, I think.
Does it? Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Will negates. That's right. So that is.
Okay, so you're like, wait a moment, and you cast a spell on it. All right, the first thing that happens, you cast a spell at a creature that causes a saving throw, which means that you appear unless it's your greater invis that you've got running.
No, I think it's just. I don't think it was actually.
Okay.
I think I will appear.
All right. So the professor, who is small right now, I believe,
Yes.
Yep.
the small size professor, casts
I'll
Command
also
Undead.
throw one arcane point into upping the DC because this is my Hail Mary pass right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the charisma check is to convince it to do anything it wouldn't ordinarily do. Its will save is +7. What's the DC?
It should be 19 plus spell level, 21 plus 1, 22.
It gets a 10.
All right.
Not bad, not bad.
Yes. Please, it seems I will be commanding the house now. Can you please explain what we need to do to keep it up and running?
Sacrifice.
Chalmers blood only? Any blood? Human blood? Please, work with me here.
Sacrifice. The trifold pact is due.
The trifold pact. My memory's fuzzy on it.
Okay, it simply just points down, and you from your exploration through your mind and through the devil that you conjured, you know that it's pointing at the big chamber where these spirits came from. Probably the big circle in the center that they were floating around.
Yes, the trifold pact. Can you give me a few moments here? Especially, I may need to say goodbye to my daughter. You know, human sentiment. I'm sure you remember from your corporeal days.
Okay, it doesn't really react to that, but it doesn't make any menacing movements towards you or your daughter.
Great. Is just what I was hoping for. Let's just bullshit and stall over here while you guys have fun in that room.
In fact, it just kind of like slowly, almost like momentum of its previous like gust forward, it just on its turn just slowly glides forward towards you. That was the shadow of the past, Pharisee and Pixel.
Pixel's gonna start moving towards Pharisee because this is above her pay grade.
Yep.
She likes the kid. Doesn't want the kid to die. Doesn't know what she can do. So
yeah,
go get Pharisee.
You can see the other kid, the older of the two sisters, Henrietta. She's kind of like got this crook like wand out, and she's kind of tapping the air in front of her, which is hitting something solid. It's going dong dong, and there's like a flash of blue from a transparent barrier. It's like she found a spell barrier of some sort.
Oh yeah, Pixel won't go that way.
Okay.
For Pharisee, we are going to continue Bard Song. I'm going to Evil Eye. Watch where you sit. AC.
Okay.
Oh, it's autumn down here. You wicked chair.
3 on its save.
So it's got like 8 rounds of -4 AC.
The DC of this is more than 23.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said a 3 on its save.
No, 23.
It's got two rounds of it then.
Okay.
Of -4 to AC.
Oh, it automatically takes the -2?
-4 now at this level. Yeah, if you Evil Eye is brutal.
And now you cackle. Cackle anyway. Just cackle. Yes. Witches are bullshit, Marty.
All right, so Pharisee has screwed up the thing with your evil eye?
Unless it's immune to mind affecting. Okay. Yeah, that's the downside of evil eye. Like, you can't use it on undead a lot of times because they're immune to mind affecting.
Pharisee Zephyrus.
Zephyrus is
That's
gonna,
the protective luck too. So that's
Okay. Zephyrus is going to move up a little, and I believe if he is where he is now, I'll just use Markanum to measure here. He's got line of sight there, and with line of sight there, he's going to drop a stone call into there. The radius is, oh, it's a 40 feet radius. I thought, yeah, 40 feet radius, so 20 feet diameter. Shit, no, that's not going to work.
That's the opposite.
Yeah, that's not going to work. That's not going to
Yeah,
work.
if you targeted there and did 40 feet, you're basically doing it there.
Yeah, and I can't see any further into that, can I?
Not from where you are. You could probably just push it against the far wall and maybe do it that way. You remember where the statue was. A 40-foot there will get everyone but 30s.
Yeah. So Zephyrus will end up doing that. He will just throw it as, but he would have to move a foot further forward, I think, to do that. Does he have line of sight to the back of the wall there? Yeah, he does. Okay, so he doesn't have to move further. So Zephyrus, from where he is going to throw Stone Call as close to the back of the wall as he can there.
Does Stone Call have a spell resistance on it?
No.
No, so it just drops a bunch of stones, which means it does physical damage to all
the
the
rain
creatures.
of dirt, gravel, and small pebbles fills the area, dealing 2d6 points of bludgeoning damage to every creature. No saving throw, no spell resistance.
And then for 1 round per level, this is difficult terrain.
For 1 round per level, it's difficult terrain, yeah.
All right, roll damage. And because it's bludgeoning damage, it actually DR applies, so roll well. This is a Conjuration Creation Earth spell, so I don't think your evocation...
Nope, it does not. It's just 2d6 damage.
Okay.
Of course!
All right.
2 1s!
Bits of
Gonna be
pebbles
like
and
that.
dust and paint bits hit the Stone Guardian and does no damage, and hits the weird vampiric mimic and does no damage.
I'm picturing like a really shitty ash cloud seeping in through the light fixtures at the top of the ceiling, making it incredibly uncomfortable for everyone to breathe.
There's a lot of dust and cloud and smoke in this room, and this creature, I don't know, it doesn't look like they're moving from very far. All right, the mimic is going to... It's getting attacked from both ends. It's smart-ish. You just took away my ability to 5-foot step too.
That's nice for us.
I hope.
Okay, it's going to... it sees Pharisee and can reach Pharisee, and it's going to lash out with one of its tendril-like hands, because it does have reach.
That's not crazy.
Towards Pharisee. It slams her for AC 34.
Yeah, that's surely going to hit. Yeah.
Okay, it punches her across the wall, does 14 damage.
Oof.
2 negative levels as you feel the fairy that you are and the fairy that was both being drained by this.
2 things.
Yep.
Sorry, 1 thing. I have displacement.
Nice.
Lesser cloak of displacement.
So if I roll 20 or under, it misses.
Yeah.
It does not.
Okay, just checking.
You don't have death lists or anything like that?
I do not.
Okay.
And I don't have the hide from undead because I did things to undead.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It then is going to try to grab you.
That seems appropriate.
It rolls a 22 on its CMB check.
Yeah, my CMD is 16, so it grabs me.
Okay. It is now grappling with Pharisee, and it pulls her into an adjacent square. So she
Let's
is
liberating command on myself here first.
okay. That's an immediate action.
That is, yeah, liberating command.
And it's an escape artist check plus twice your level, so plus 16.
Right, as a competence bonus. And I've got a couple other bonuses as well. What is my normal escape artist? My normal is plus 6. So plus 16 is plus 22 total. That's not great. 25.
25.
Versus its CMD.
Its CMD is 33.
Oh my god.
All right.
Okay, so one of its arms is much noodlier and more tentacle-like, and it lashes out right past Thurgus, grabs Pharisee, and drags her out of the air, kind of along the ground. It's at this point in time that you are also now covered in adhesive. So in addition to being grappled, there is this really horrible glue that is also keeping you stuck to the creature.
Nice.
Not
All right.
nice.
Good thing
No,
that Thurgus, she, and you're small enough that you can be dragged into Thurgus's largesse.
Yeah.
All right, so that was watch where you sit. You could tell that it wants to dine upon Pharisee. It's trying to drag her towards its mouth, which is gnashing and.
Can I spend my immediate action? Oh.
Redeemed hero point. I think that a hero point can be done for a reroll. So it sounds like Ahmed wants you to reroll the
Escape artist check,
the
maybe?
escape.
Artist?
No, the liberating command is.
Liberating command, yeah. That makes sense. I'm willing to re-roll that.
Yeah, plus 20.
Let's see what happens.
Nice.
That is the DC, and you manage to wiggle free before it can pull you towards its blood-sucking maw.
It's good I did not have to do the position swap, which actually I can't do because I used it earlier today. So I can't even sacrifice pixel on this.
Does the 22 include the negative level?
It does.
Okay. Nice.
It does.
Chart. The glorious chart.
The glorious
Yeah.
spreadsheet, right? Okay.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
spread-
it's
All right.
taken into account. Yeah, it would have been too higher without that.
All right, the stone guardian, as this thing turns its attention towards Pharisee, who gave it the evil eye, like it really didn't like that. The stone guardian is just punching its back, and it gets a flank from the hostile Thurgus. That's 2 attacks at plus 24. Oh wow,
That one.
there's a critical miss in there.
Oh my god, yes, and it hurts itself.
With the falling stone, it trips a little bit and ends up kind of punching the ground. It looks pretty epic, but it doesn't do anything, and then it just gets itself back up, and it does not take the ability damage.
Oh.
The feated shambolic creature is doing something downstairs. I don't know. You left that thing behind. Makranam.
Oh, look out, Pharisee! It's got glue!
Yes, yes, it does.
It can get very sticky!
Oh, and it sucks the life force. It's meaner than you are, Makranam.
Makranam moves to here. He's still pretty hurt. I think he's readying an action to grab Pharisee if the thing tries to grab her again. Thurgus.
Okay. Well, I feel like I was pretty precise that last swing. So this time when I spend a round of Sacred Weapon as my Swift, I'm actually just going to give it +2.
Okay.
And
does that make the weapon +3 total?
Yeah, it's +3 total. It now bypasses Cold Iron and Silver.
Nice.
And then
all the blood on the weapon, the flame goes out, and the blade, all the blood kind of just gets absorbed into the blade, and now the blade has a red tinge to it.
Yes. Oh, you asked for it. 39.
Yeah, this time you hack into it mightily. It screeches when you do so. The wound is smoking.
For 45 points of damage.
45 bypasses DR. Wow. And then give me your reflex save as it is sticky.
Ugh.
All right, the blade is now embedded really far into the horrible creature, and it's just covered in ick. And there's like a whole like picture. You know how paint flows? Like a whole can of paint actually washes over your hand where you're holding onto the blade, and it's just all over.
All right. So
Yeah, okay.
Give me 1 second. I need to trying to figure out why this isn't working. There we go. Okay. So I'm gonna let it go.
Okay.
While it's embedded in there. Will you let me take my natural attacks as secondaries for mixing it with manufactured weapons?
Yep. -5 unless you have
I don't.
multi-attack.
So this will be 21 +2 -5. And we're going to see what happens when you try and bite a sticky chair.
Oh, no. What could go wrong here? A vampire chair?
All right.
Ooh, good stuff.
A miss. So that's bite.
Yeah.
Claw. 35.
You only get a single attack as a secondary when you take your normal attacks.
Oh, okay. I was mixing this with natural weapons. Okay, so yeah, then it would just be the bite, which misses.
Just the bite. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
You could technically still have a hold of your sword at this point too, since you didn't really need to drop it to bite.
Yeah, I was just swapping to natural attacks,
Yeah.
etc.
So basically, you did your primary with your sword, which is now stuck and it's still in your hand technically.
Yeah.
You did your bite as a secondary. You do have a haste attack.
Yeah, I already rolled one, which was a miss.
Okay.
So we'll call that 2 bites or something.
All right. So Thurgus, yeah, you right now you have a hand on a sword which is stuck in the creature, and you tried to bite it. It didn't want to be bit. Professor,
has that been bloodied after 79?
It's hard to tell. It's
a chair.
It's oozing ick.
It's an undead chair.
Okay. Well, so the professor really feeling his age at this moment.
No, it's not bloodied.
Whew. Really feeling his age at the moment. It's been a bit of a long day. He's a bit shaky on his feet. Also, there's a terrifying shadow monster right next to him. So he's walking forward here a bit slow. You know, I mean, he can cover all that space, and he's hasted, but he's a bit nervous. He's gonna lean down to wake his daughter up to say goodbye to her as he told the spirit. Come on, girl, wake up! Time for goodbyes now.
Okay. Good. She rustles awake if you go over and kind of jostle her awake.
Yeah, I will.
Kind
I
of
will kneel down.
lightly tap her cheek, kind of thing. Sure. Father, is what she says.
Yes, girl. Yes, I'm here, Christina.
We have to go down.
Oh, we're down already, don't you see?
We have to go Where the dragon meets the hag.
Oh, the dragon meets the hag, you say? What does that mean, girl?
Where the necromancer made a deal with them.
Ah, yes, the trifold pack, as it were. I'll turn and nod to the ghost and see if he nods in recognition.
Sacrifice. Okay, Christina is trying to pull you forward. You're so small, she says. She's definitely under some sort of enchantment, but she's trying to tug Henry forward, and there's a big spiked pit there. It doesn't seem to be like quite registering how much danger she's in.
Yes, we'll have to go around, yes. The trifold pack, though, but first we must say goodbye, girl. Goodbyes, you understand, right?
Yes.
Oh, yes, and of course you would like to say goodbye to your sister first. That just makes sense. Yes, we should say goodbye to her first. You understand, of course. Mr. Shadow of the Past, sacrifice soon, of course.
Yes, she should bear witness.
Yes, let's go get her.
Or maybe she could be the sacrifice.
We haven't decided who yet.
Yes,
We just need a sacrifice, yes. Perhaps we'll get 2 for 1 today. Who knows, Mr. Shadow of the Past? Who knows?
All right, you're kind of having a hard time dragging her, but she's a little bit pliable because of whatever spell has been cast upon her. Where are you dragging her? I'm going to let you make one movement at 30-foot movement if you want.
We're going to go... So I'll go... it's so crazy with the... Hold on, let me... There's too many on that stack there. It's messing me up. Okay. We'll go...
Okay,
there.
so you're dragging her along. Okay.
Yeah.
And it would have been going a little bit easier, except you made yourself halfling size, and you're trying to like drag your adult daughters around. She really wants to go down. You're starting to wonder what was the command that the vampire lord had given to your daughter.
I'm just happy that nobody has died yet, you know.
The shadow of the past in its glittering glory just simply follows the professor.
Great, come on.
It is following its master until it receives commands. Pharisee, let's go back to where there is much danger. A very violent and soul-sucking kind of danger.
Indeed. So Pharisee, so Pixel's gonna move.
Yep.
Pixel double moves. And says, Pharisee, the professor's gonna sacrifice his daughter or himself.
Okay, anyone who understands?
Wait, what?
Sacrifice going on. Goodness me. I will step. Do I have a little bit of cover if I go here?
If you go there will be cover. Yes.
So I'm going to 5-foot step there because I think I want to do something, and if I withdraw, I won't be able to take any of the other actions. I'm going to continue Bard Song.
Yep.
I'm going to cackle.
It hates you.
Before I cackle, I've still got a standard that I haven't used here. So there's the 5-foot step, the free action continue Bard Song.
Yep.
The move action cackle. So there's still a standard, and the standard is going to be the mists. The mists obscure your vision. But from afar. I'm going to hex his attack roll.
Okay.
The chair's attack roll.
We'll save plus 12. 25 on its save.
It makes the save. So 1 round, and then I move, and then I cackle. So 2 rounds.
1 round forever.
Yeah, one round.
And it's
Yeah.
still affected by its AC loss. Okay.
That is crazy.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, you have to mess with the witch. Like, you have to make them run away, or you have to drop them or whatever. Otherwise, they'll just keep it up forever. Like, if they're in good positioning, so good.
But it requires that a fight A go on for a while.
Yep.
And B with the same creature still alive.
All right,
Yep.
Pharisee, you can see. Sorry, Zephyros, you can see Pharisee like doing something to the chair. She's laughing at it. She's playing her pipes. She's aggravating it.
Can I step over them where they are?
Yeah,
small.
they're both small. At this point, you would be threatened.
But you can take that first step for sure.
Yeah, that's the first step. So I'm going to take the first step. And then the other thing that I'm not sure of is I know that I have reach with Zephyros.
Yep.
So if I was to cast a cone-shaped flurry of snowballs, can I include my reach in the starting location of the cone?
Interesting.
Yeah, exactly. So in other words, can I point and, for example, use my arm or something? And...
Big casters sounds appropriate.
Okay. So in that case, Zephyros is gonna point there, and he's gonna cast a flurry of snowballs, pretty much in the area that you can sort of see. It's a 30-foot cone-shaped burst.
What's the base spell?
Flurry of snowballs.
Flurry of snowballs.
Oh, that's the name of the spell.
That's what it's called. Yeah.
That's the name of the spell, yeah. And I'm going to use Versatile Invocation because it does cold damage normally, and I'm not sure that I want to be doing cold damage here. I think I probably want to swap it over to something like acid, maybe even fire. I think fire is probably good.
Okay. It's a flurry of little
they're reflex halves.
Snowballs. If snowballs were made out of coals and fire.
Yeah.
Flurry of fireballs.
Yeah.
And it goes out 30 feet. It's a little bit too far. And does hit both the horrible monster mimic as well as the guardian in behind. What is interesting about Flurry of Snowballs is that there's no spell resistance, which means that it does damage to the stone guardian statue. There is a reflex for half. It is evocation. Yep. So you get to add your evocation bonus to this damage.
So it's 18 plus 2 plus 2, so it's 22.
Okay, that's the DC, and then the damage?
The damage is 4d6 plus 2.
4.
Oh, plus 4, sorry. That's right. 16. Jeez,
16 damage. Okay. The mimic thing does not evade. And the stone guardian thing has a reflex save of... and it rolls a nat 20.
Of nat 20.
But it doesn't evade. It takes half. So...
just for interest sake, I know it rolled a nat 20, so it makes it. Yep. The difficult terrain would have also affected this, right?
Would not have affected reflex saves. Nope. All right. So half of 16 is 8. And then half of 16 is 8. All right. So the pelting fiery spheres go blasting into the room. The chair reacts by hissing at you, and the stone guardian just stands there and takes it. You can hear some cracks from the stone that it's made from. So that's a standard. You've got to move.
Yeah, I'm going to move back out again.
Well, actually, no. You step forward, and then
a 5-foot step. Yeah.
Yeah, your movement is done. I don't know if there's a move action to take anything out or put anything away. Watch where you sit. Okay. Well, I guess it turns back to Thurgus. That takes its -2 from the evil eye. AC 27?
-4.
No.
-4? Okay, AC 25. All right, it takes a wild swing towards
But
Thurgus.
it's got to roll twice and take the lower because of protective luck, which might matter if it crit misses.
17.
So close.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
All right, it does not like this situation.
I mean, being an undead chair sounds pretty shitty.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It is going to climb along the wall,
Welcome to 2020, chair.
and because it has a climb speed, it actually can climb at 5 feet. So it takes a 5-foot step. You can still attack it.
It's in difficult terrain. It can't 5-foot step.
The wall is not difficult terrain.
Doesn't it have to leave its square though?
That's true. Okay, it's going to take its movement, incurring an AOO.
Hooray! I bite it.
All right.
I probably miss. Oh, 38!
20.
All right, so as it was leaving, you bury your head into it. All right.
Could it crawl away though? Because Thurgus, you're still holding the sword, so it couldn't like get far away, right? You're in like a grapple.
Well, if it's going up, it's still within my reach. So
Yep.
I don't know. No, that matters.
Is that your damage on your bite?
Oh, sorry. I just pasted my damage. Right?
I was like, wow, why are you even using a sword?
Right, it should be all natural attacks. No, it's 27.
27
pretty good.
minus
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
minus 10 DR is 17. So 90, 101. You've bloodied the creature now.
Hooray! Do I have to make a reflex save or get stuck with my face?
Yes.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
26.
Okay, you manage to peel your face out of the creature, and then it continues its movement, difficult terrain, so 10, 20, and it just gets to there.
Is it inside the room?
It's inside the room. Yep.
Okay, so everyone else in the hallway still has cover from it.
Yep. Yeah. They can't see it. It's along this wall on the inside.
Okay.
All right, and then yeah, it's just trying to get away from you. I guess technically you still have your hand on the sword because you could still reach it. Like there may be a maximum distance it can go.
I'll make this easy. Can I just liberate and command my sword really fast?
Yes.
I've got one of those. I'll give it a shot. So this is my whopping +2 escape artist +16 for 30.
The DC was 33.
Oof. All right. So it's still stuck.
Yep. The Stone Guardian. It's dumb. It punches the chair a couple of times.
I missed this last game. How did it get? I hear we blocked the like command gem, but how did it get locked in this fight with this chair?
We don't know.
Okay.
The chair was in between us and it. I think it had something to do with the chair not supposed to be there.
Yeah, I think our
Like-
hope was that the skull was giving it commands.
Yeah,
but
a
the skull
chair is
couldn't
allowed
see
to be
us.
there,
So
but
we
a
don't know.
vampire chair moving around is not allowed to be there.
All right,
I think it was
because
something.
because of the hex, it got hit twice.
Nice. So strong.
Oh, so that's 40, 10 plus 18 minus 20. It took 18 damage. It's screeching and hollering.
Does the golem stick to the chair?
That's right.
Oh, man.
Yes.
This is like watching your least favorite sports team play against your other least favorite sports team.
Yep, the golem is now stuck both of its fists to the chair. And it now needs to rip its fists out in order to use them. It also means the chair is not going to have a good time getting away. Makronam's going to climb back up onto Zephyrus's shoulder now that he sees that Ferris is relatively safe. Thurgus.
Oh, let's see here. I have a swift action. I'm not gonna burn it on anything though. So this time I'm actually gonna let go of the sword. I'll let it just stay embedded in there, and I'm actually gonna just full natural attack. Does it have cover for me, or do I need to step into the room?
No, there is. You can attack that square, so it's good. Yeah,
Okay,
thanks for the tier 2 sub, Drake. And 33 months. That's crazy. Appreciate
That is awesome.
Appreciate your support, man.
Oh, I did that wrong. It's pound, isn't it? 3 pounds.
You're attacking with your natural weapons.
Yep. So that's bite, claw, 39 and 34.
The claw hit.
All right. So my claws, because, and you guys get to learn this, the blood bear's favorite weapon is a claw, so it gets my sacred weapon damage. So for a size large creature, that's 2d6 plus 22. So for 33 and 28.
That's amazing damage.
You need 2 reflex saves.
Minus DR, right?
Correct.
So 23, 18 is 30, 41.
And then my reflex saves are 21 and 28. Which I think 21 just makes it.
21 is the DC, and 28, so you manage to get your hands sticky but not caught in the creature, and you are tearing this goopy chair monster apart. Well, the stone golem is kind of wrestling with it, trying to get its hands free. All right, the professor and his daughters. A completely different struggle is going on over here.
Yes, come this way, Christina. Let's find Justice. Henrietta's around here somewhere. Henrietta!
I'm over here, Father.
Yes, we're coming. Try to remain calm as always, please. And I've continued to drag her along. I assume the ghost will continue to follow me.
Yep, the ghost spirit thing is fast enough that it can keep up with your 30-foot move speed.
Right, so
you can move 60 this round. You guys have got momentum.
Yeah, we're not going too fast. We're gonna move slow.
This next chamber is important.
What's that, girl?
This next chamber is important, she says.
Oh, important, yes. That's quite fascinating. We're just killing time over here while the professor tries to get a handle on how the hell he's going to get himself out of this.
How long does your command undead last?
8 days.
8 days?
8 days.
Oh.
So we're going to try and play it cool and slowly introduce the party to our ghost friend now.
It does end if it gets any command that it perceives as hostile or causing it harm.
All right, the shadow of the past just kind of floats forward. It floats next to the professor.
Yes. Yes, shadow. Yes, follow me. Come on now. Yes, as I said, Henrietta, remain calm. Dabblings in the arcane often bring strange bedfellows. What are your thoughts on sacrifices, though?
I know you.
Oh, yes, I thought we'd met earlier.
Yes. You're his grandson.
As I tried to explain earlier at the top of the pit trap, I am the last remaining heir of the Chalmers family, and I suppose de facto steward of the Trifold Pact, as it were, is a lot of responsibility.
Yes, responsibility to the Trifold Pact. You of all people should know.
Yes, which is why I'm arranging to give you the best sacrifice we can. Real premium sacrifices, let me tell you. You've never had a trifold steward like this before. Just a few moments, please, sir.
The house is hungry. The house is due.
How long has it been since our last meal, as it were?
3 turns of the trifold pact.
Oh, yes, well, that makes sense. Back
Is
around to
nigh.
us.
Yes, the house is due.
Oh, yes, well, you won't have to wait too long. Just Henrietta!
Yeah. Father, there's a magical barrier. Oh, she stops when she sees the big glittering ghost thing. Christina, back away from the ghost.
No, don't worry. He's more of an emissary. No, nothing to be alarmed of here. Yes, sir, perhaps you could explain to Henrietta what you were telling me earlier.
Okay, Henrietta is now fidgeting with a jumble of holy symbols.
Henrietta, be calm, girl. Be calm, please. Your father's got this all under control, as always.
She gives you a look like she doubts it. She is definitely not under some sort of spell. Next in initiative is Pharisee and Pixel.
Yes. What will we do? Pixel's going to come down here. I am going to cackle. Ha ha ha. It's kind of a mess there. And then move and linger bard song.
Okay.
What's going on, Pixel? Let me get around this corner fully. Sacrifice, you say. A Chalmers, you say. Interesting.
And a ghost thing.
And then we get to leave? I mean, sounds like a good deal to me.
It doesn't.
We didn't even know about these kids until today. It's not a big loss.
Can it just have its pick? Or can it take 2? Let me think.
Do we get a discount?
How does it feel about the grandmother? Oh, maybe we should ask. You guys have the chair, right?
Okay, so the chair, I think it's going to let go of the golem. We'll say as an action, it completely lets go of the goo on the golem. It keeps the sword, though. And then it's going to transform into an inanimate object that perhaps will not aggro the stone golem.
That's a thought. That's a thought.
It transforms into a coffin.
Oh boy.
Does it fall off the wall, or is it still up there?
It's still on the wall. It's actually on the ground. We'll put down a mimic coffin, which I have a token for. And you do notice that the stone guardian, which is pretty stupid, stops trying to punch it and then slowly turns towards Thurgus.
Oh, son of a bitch!
And it just tries to be devious, I guess. Stone guardian. It then moves through difficult terrain, so that's 10, 20. Which is its movement rate to get to there, and then gives Thurgus a heave, AC 37.
I
Roll
was
one
skipped, Marty. Sorry.
Oh, were you
Ooh,
skipped?
double 15s, nice. All right, now displacement.
Yeah, Zephyrus. Let's go back to Zephyrus first before that happened.
Yeah, sorry about that. Zephyrus is going to take a step forward.
Okay.
No, actually, he doesn't have to take a step forward. He has one fireball left in the tank.
Good job, buddy.
He
He's
has
gonna-
one
he's
fireball
gonna
left in
fireball
the
the
tank.
room?
Yeah, he's gonna drop it there where you were just marking, where you could see.
You'll get the mimic at least.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know how far the mimic is gone, but I'll drop it as close by to see if I can get it. Yep, that's it.
Okay, you huck a fireball into the room. It clips the edge of the mimic. And its reflex save is...
Less because it's a casket.
No, I didn't turn in the casket yet.
Oh.
It's still
Yeah, it would have
less
happened,
because it's like it's stuck to the golem right now.
Oh.
Right.
Grapple condition. Nice.
A 33, however, evades.
Yeah, it does.
It kind of closes its mouth and pulls in its like really vulnerable tentacles and kind of hardens as the blast of fire goes over it. Takes no damage, and the stone guardian golem is like you've warmed the stone, but that does not injure the golem. It then turns into an inanimate object and just tries to hide from the golem's sight, kind of dropping to the ground, letting go of the ick. And then the golem just seems to not register the not moving object. It's stupid, very dumb. And then looks towards Thurgus. It then moves forward and tries to slug Thurgus, rolling, luckily, 37 of both times.
Yeah. So now displacement.
Displacement, okay. Missing?
Okay. So strong.
Did that displacement come from Zephyrus or from...
Yeah.
Okay.
Party on,
That was-
man.
That was
Party.
when Zephyrus wanted to give me mirror image, but we determined it was self only.
All right, Makranam isn't going in there.
Oh, do you need my help, Pharisee?
I don't have any idea.
Ah, I really need to get back in there to put those books back in where they're supposed to be. I'm supposed to be holding them for keeping.
Maybe there's a way to open it up from the other side. Do you want to try?
Oh, okay.
God, that's a creepy coffin.
Oh, I forget what Makranam's movement is. Makranam's movement is a whopping 20.
Okay, let's go look.
This bag scooching its butt across the floor. Thurgus.
Yeah, I'm gonna wail on the coffin.
Okay. You're like using your claws, basically.
Yep.
Okay.
We're doing this. Swift action. Actually, I'm gonna give my claws vicious and flaming.
Okay. Your hands are just coated in
Bite,
blood.
claw. Whoa! 38, 29, 23. So I think the claws both miss, but the bite hits.
Yeah, its AC
right?
right now is 30.
Okay. Succeed on the reflex save, so only the bite lands, which is 1d8.
Just one
For 26.
1 second. What is timely inspiration? If this is not the time for timely inspiration, I don't know what is.
Your Bard Song is also lingering, so I don't know if you can do flourishes while lingering.
I thought it was just any target that was affected by Bard Song could.
This is a spell that does not require that the Bard Song be dismissed.
Yep.
It's an instantaneous immediate action in range, +1 competence bonus per 5 caster levels on attack roll or skill check retroactively. That claw was pretty close.
Which will not stack with Bard Song.
Which will not stack with Bard Song. Good point.
Because they're both competence.
I won't do that. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Good call.
Okay. So you did bury your face into the creature. You got a bunch of horrible sticky ick in your mouth, and the creature is very injured. Professor and daughters.
Yes, as you can see, as he was just explaining, the house requires a sacrifice. Not sure precisely what. I suppose some sort of life force, as you see. The house requires it to function, to fulfill the, what was it called again? The,
Trifold pact.
yes, the trifold pact. Yes, and you require,
Well, I've got a trifold of deities for you right here, and she pulls up.
Stop it! Stop it! You're very low to go right now. Your father is trying to think, and please don't interrupt him. Yes, with trifold pact, and to fulfill the trifold pact, we needed, what was it? What did it need?
A sacrifice.
That was it. Yes, a sacrifice. Yes. We just need to find one of them, and this is a gentleman's mission will be completed.
We can't sacrifice anyone. Souls are sacred, is what Henrietta says. She steps forward defiantly. Come on, Christina. Christina's like, we have to go down. She basically pulls Christina off to the side. The shadow just simply watches them go.
Well, I suppose that worked out. I'll turn as if considering the shadow my companion, and then reconsider it upon seeing it's a horrific shadow. Let's wait. Why don't we see what Pharisee and Zephyros? Maybe they have some sacrifices for us, shall we?
Yes.
Yes.
Sacrifice.
Who knows? There could be sacrifices all chock full in this place. We're just gonna take our time wandering around. We'll probably, let's say we get to about there with all the talking and a bit of meandering.
Okay, the shadow just simply follows you.
Yeah.
Bring the sacrifice to the chamber.
Bring it to the chamber. Yes, it's a marvelous idea.
Pharisee.
Can I hear what's going on down that way?
You can hear the hallways are echoey. They're not too far away, and they're not necessarily talking quietly.
I have exceptionally good perception too. So yeah, okay, cool. I am going to cackle, which is not going to extend the evil eye because it's out of range. But the evil eye will last this round and go down on my next turn. It will extend the protective lock. And then, yeah, I'm gonna go with Pixel. I'll be right back, gentlemen. I have to go see a man about a horse or something. Yeah, we'll just double move.
Oh, Pharisee, a pleasure to see you. Oh, I've met the
what is? Oh no!
in the basement. Yes. He has quite an interesting tale to tell. Let me tell you. Hold on, he's just a moment.
Pixel tells me he wants a Chalmers soul.
He wants a sacrifice. Yes, we must fulfill the trifold pact. It's our turn of it after 3 turns, obviously. The house is hungry.
Obviously.
Yes, we must feed the house. You know how it is with these sacrifices.
You have 2 daughters, and one of them seems very interested already.
Well,
your grandmother's soul lingers too. Do you think it would fit?
No, why don't we ask him? He's a pretty amicable chap. How do you feel about failed necromancer's spirits trapped here for eternity? Does it sound like a good sacrifice?
A soul must be sacrificed.
I'll do some knowledge religion checks next round to see if we get a sense that might count.
Zephyros.
I guess the question is it a soul or an echo?
It's a good question. Yeah.
Zephyrus is going to use a Wand of Magic Missile Caster level 5 against the Stone Guardian statue and see if that makes a difference.
Okay. You pull a wand, you cast a spell, magic missiles go flying out at it, and they get absorbed by the creature. I'm going to give you a Knowledge Arcana check now that you've interacted and seen these creatures in action.
Okay. It's 1d20 plus 18. Shit, I'm rolling super poor today.
Ah, okay. 20, you know it's a construct, you actually know it's a stone golem, and you do know that it's immune to most magic, except for magic that affects stone.
Do I know what kind of magic affects stone?
It's the beginning of the answer because you only rolled up to kind of 20.
Right.
You also
Got
know that adamantine weapons are good against it. That's pretty much what you know right now.
Got it.
And then from your own experimentation, the fireball washed over it, the magic missiles went into it, but your flurry of snowballs in fire form, for whatever reason, affected it.
Right.
Okay, that was Zephyros. Experimenting in combat. Watch where you sit. Well, now that it's got... Oh, shit. You're still threatening that one square. Okay, now the Stone Guardian is aggroed with Thurgus. It's going to try to thwack Thurgus and then back away. Is the Evil Eye still running?
For this round.
For this, the -2 to attack, or
-4 to attack.
-4? Wow. And it's got to roll twice.
Yeah.
This is... you've taken... It's like... It hits 30.
The mimic though. You didn't evil eye the Stone Guardian.
Yeah, the mimic's going to, in its
mimic.
little form, send out a little tendril to try to hit Thurgus, and then it's going to back away. AC 30 or AC 22, 22 misses, and then it 5-foot steps this way.
Okay.
The Stone Guardian is going to punch Thurgus a couple of times, or attempt to. This is its first set of its right fist, AC 25, and its left fist, AC 28.
Misses.
Okay. Thurgus manages to catch both of the... it's like you're doing like a punching training. You're sort of catching its fists and pushing it off to the side. All right, 8th round. Makronom is scooching along the floor.
Oh, I wish I had wings. Oh no! Hi, Professor.
Oh, hello, Baron. Meet a new friend.
Oh, maybe you shouldn't go into that room because it's really dangerous in there. Definitely ignore a big pile of books.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen any sacrifices in there? I'm really keen to find one.
No sacrifices in there.
Oh, are you sure? Maybe we should double check.
There's a better mimic in there, though. I didn't know it was a chair.
Thurgus.
All right. I'm gonna 5-foot step in.
Into the difficult terrain?
Yep. Trying to stay in reach of that mimic coffin.
Okay.
And same thing. 3 attacks. I'm going to use my last round of Sacred Weapon and persist the one that I had before so that doesn't eat my Swift. So this is Bite, Claw, Claw. Only 21. 31 hits?
Its AC is still affected by the Evil Eye?
For right now,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay, AC
for
30.
this last round.
All right, so this is 2d6 plus 2d6 plus 1d6 D6 plus. Where am I at? 22. All right, so that is 2 untyped energy damage and 3 fire damage, if that matters, for 36 total. Reflex save. 22 succeeds, and then I take 6 points of damage from vicious. And then as my swift, I'm going to burn a point of fervor and consume one of my 2nd level spells to consume a restoration lesser as a cure spell. And then that's it for me.
How much damage total?
36 total before DR.
On 1 hit or 2?
On 1 claw.
1 claw.
Unless, yeah, because the other 2 swings were 29 and 24.
26. Okay, so your single claw that struck the creature actually caused it to turn into mist. It's just this amorphous kind of ball of mist.
Oh no! It's because it's a vampire.
But my sword falls down, right?
Your sword does fall down out of the goo.
That's what we need, guys.
Got you.
Let's see if I have a token for this. Yeah, this kind of looks like a big, angry thing of mist.
Nice.
And I heal for 18, by the way.
Your sword clangs to the ground, and you... Can you 5-foot step into difficult terrain? Or is
into but not out of was my understanding, because I'm not in
of?
difficult terrain when I take my move action.
Yep. Yeah.
I can look it up if you'd like.
That's fine. I can look later. All right, so I think you're done. Done your turn at this point?
Yeah, I'm done.
Thurgus and his daughters. Or sorry, Professor and his daughters.
Yes.
Yes. They are cowering from the shadowy ghost that is going by, talking about sacrifice. Why is it all glittery?
Oh, Henrietta, I think I remember seeing a sacrifice or 2 in my bedroom at the top of the stairs. Perhaps you and Christina could fetch it for me. Really good sacrifice, as I recall. I was saving it for later.
Okay, Henrietta has her wits about her. She is your daughter, and she drags her sister towards the exit.
Yes, Pharisee, as you can see.
The shadow just simply watches them go.
Yes, you can see we've picked up a new friend in the basement. He's explaining to us how to keep the house powered up. It's a most interesting conversation. Would you like to maybe lend an ear? Perhaps you know of a good sacrifice or 2.
I'll think about it. You know us Fae are tricksy.
Oh, have you ever had a sacrifice from a Fae, Mr. Shadow Creature?
Soul.
Oh, a soul. I believe a soul specifically is what he's after. Not a very talkative type, so you really have to kind of intuit his meaning behind his words.
Shadow of the Past just simply floats. He floats a little bit aggressively towards Pharisee when it says a soul. Pharisee.
Can I think real hard about whether ghosts or vampires still have their souls?
Sure.
Knowledge religion?
Yeah, knowledge religion.
I'm going to roll it. 29.
So it is believed that should your soul be corrupted and you turn into undeath, that your soul actually is out of the cycle and does not depart to an afterlife, but is consigned to oblivion after you die. There are lesser forms of undead that are basically playing tricks on the shell of your body and not actually perverting the soul within. Like if you died and your soul went out elsewhere and then somebody animated your body as a zombie, it's not actually doing bad things to your soul. So this creature is definitely a corrupted soul that will see no afterlife. Ghosts and vampires are likely in that category.
Right. If you chose to do so, and I'm not asking you to, could you sacrifice yourself?
Oh,
Would the pact be fulfilled?
We have already sacrificed our lives to serve the house, to serve the Trifold Pact. No.
and thank you for your service, I might add. Thank you for that. You're doing a really marvelous job. The house looks great from the street. I must say, you probably don't get much out of the basement, but...
The house must be fed.
Ah, yeah.
Only undead down here, I'm afraid, Professor. Vampires, vampire mimics, constructs, and the dead, the dead, the dead.
We'll keep looking, though. I'm sure we'll find you a sacrifice or two. Don't worry. Don't get your hopes down.
Sephiros. Looks like this last round of your protective...
I will start Bard Song.
Okay.
What was that BL? I'm seeing it as well, but I don't recall what that was.
Protective Luck.
Oh, was it protective?
This is the thing that when
That's-
creatures attack you, they have to roll twice.
Zephyros is gonna try and. Yeah, Zephyros is out of ideas. He doesn't really know what he should be doing because he's got nothing that does blunt force damage left. He thought the force of the magic missile might have worked. So the only thing he is left with trying to grease the ground under the stone guardian statue and see if he can get it to fall down.
Okay.
That's
There's a bunch of pebbly grease underneath the stone guardian golem. All right. It rolls a +3 on its save. It gets a 20. It's the DC of your grease.
I am checking. It's going to be either 19 or 21. I have a sneaky feeling it's 19. Yeah, it's conjuration, so it's going to be 19.
Okay. It manages to not fall down, but you've made difficult terrain, which does stack.
Does it?
Yeah. Difficult terrain does
Okay.
stack, so every 5 feet is worth 20 feet now.
Yeah, good thing this thing was going to try and run away, too, you know?
Yep. All right. Watch where you can sit begins to flow out of the room. It incurs AOs. If you take it, the golem is stupid enough to take his.
I bite the mist.
And it gets to here.
35 to hit the mist.
Yeah, you end up with sort of a bloody, gooey mess. The stone guardian golem did not critical miss. Zephyros, you can see that the mimic is actually traveling towards this table.
Ooh.
Do I sense anything specific about the table?
It's just a really big hardwood old table. It looks like at one point it may have been used for more elaborate dinners or functions, but moths have eaten away a lot of the finery of the tablecloths. There is some strewn like silverware kind of throughout the room. The table is still in good repair, though. It's thick, it's big, it's carved. The stone golem is going to attack Thurgus. You still have protective luck up, right?
Yes. Protective luck was extended by a round.
Okay.
This is the last round.
I
for
guess it
though.
needs to roll to confirm the critical miss, and then you avoid the critical hit.
Yeah.
AC 37 would have hit.
Correct.
Okay, so no critical miss and no critical hit. Just a bunch
So
of
many
misses.
die for that guy. Roll
All right.
them all.
Makranam is trying to go have a look at the barrier.
Oh, is that thing friendly?
Yes.
Thurgus?
So based on where it died, it's within my reach, so I can move action to pick up that sword, right?
You can. The stone guardian thing is going to... wait a second. It did recover its AOs.
I'll take
yeah.
the AO.
Yeah, it's going to take an AO. And you no longer have protective aura on.
Well, that's on Farisay's turn, so I still have it for right now.
Okay.
Until the start of Farisay's turn.
That seems true.
Avoiding another critical hit.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Doing work.
Yep, you reach in and Farisay's aura keeps a fist from connecting with your face, and you arm yourself again with your adamantine sword. Now, when you dropped it, it turned into a...
It's already regular sized because I dropped it before.
Oh, right. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. So it's
because
currently
it is over...
only size large.
Correct, not huge.
Correct. Okay. All right. 31. Does the 31 hit?
AC 31 against the Stone Guardian does clang into it. Chips of stone fly everywhere.
Do it.
The adamantine biting through its
Oh my god, thank god we got that sword back.
hardness.
For 41 points of damage.
Okay, it is not bloodied, but close. Big chunks have fallen off of the creature. It's still menacing.
Oh!
Professor and daughters.
Yes, where were we up here? Yes, we're looking for that sacrifice. Looking around, is it down this hallway?
My audio things fell out.
Oh, so yes, we're Let's look around a little bit more down here. Then we may have to try upstairs, though. But let's not think too far ahead, shall we? Where have we not looked? Could be over here.
Oh, an audio cable fell out, and it's like finicky.
Could be somewhere over here. Makranam, you sure you don't see any sacrifices down there?
Oh, no, just a big blue thing.
Okay, keep those eyes out, as many as you have at your disposal.
Yeah, nothing to see down here.
Maybe we should come take a look, actually.
No, it's okay.
Makranam seems to be acting weird.
Yeah.
Weirder
Jeez,
than
you
normal.
really doesn't want me to look in there for some reason.
Yep. Professor and daughters. Your daughters, you actually hear Henrietta scream. Where is it? Father!
A little busy. Can it wait?
I don't know how to get out.
We've got to do everything around here, I swear. Hold on, we got to figure out how they can find the way upstairs. I swear I left a sacrifice up there.
I swear the passage was here.
Nice.
Do you know anything about this passage?
The sacrifice must be made. The house it hungers.
Ooh.
Says the glittery ghost that's standing before you, or floating before you. One who has been brought here must be sacrificed.
Oh, one that has been brought here. Well, that's interesting.
You could try the vampire coffin, but I don't think his soul will count.
Pharisee.
I have a few things to attend to over here, Professor. You seem to have a dilemma. Let's see here.
Oh, yes. Oh, if you must.
Yeah, Pharisee, you run in, you can see this horrible misty form with some snapping jaws in the middle
I'll
of it.
stop here.
Okay.
And I'll continue Bard Song.
All right.
I'm curious where this thing's going, and I don't want to cross it.
Zephyros, this is the last round of haste. Or at the end of your turn. Yeah. Haste is gone after your turn.
Okay. Zephyros is gonna wait. He's preparing a resilient sphere, but he's not gonna cast it yet. He's gonna delay until the vampiric mist.
I think we lost you.
Sorry about that. Zephyros is preparing a resilient sphere, and he's going to try and cast it on the vampiric mist when the vampiric mist is about at this range.
Okay.
So basically what he wants is he wants enough space, enough room for us to move in and out here without the vampiric mist being in the way.
Got it. We'll call that a readied.
Okay.
Watch where you sit begins to move towards the table, and then you cast a sphere around it. It technically gets a reflex save.
Yep.
It's not acting like itself right now. It gets caught inside of a sphere. How long does this sphere last?
1 minute per level, so that's 8 minutes.
Okay. It did look like a tendril of the mist was trying to reach one of the legs of the table.
Is the table carved from a single block of wood?
The table is not carved from a single block of wood, but it does have like ghoulish faces along the sides of its legs, and that particular leg looks like it's hollow.
Ah, nice.
So, interesting question for Zephyros before it's the end of his turn. He doesn't know if he can move the sphere. He knows that the creature inside the sphere can't move it and other people can't move it, but he doesn't know if he himself can't move it.
No, I don't think you can move this one. I think Telekinetic Sphere, which is a higher level spell, is the one you're looking for to be able to move people around.
Okay.
No, this thing is 1 foot diameter sphere. So per level.
So it's 8 feet by 8 feet.
8 foot
Well,
diameter.
8 feet diameter. Sorry.
Yeah, so it's just big enough to catch the creature inside.
Okay.
And it lasts for a minute per level. So you're keeping it from going.
Yep.
Anywhere.
Pharisee, did you see it's trying to go for the table?
Yes. Let me have a look.
Sure.
I do like wood.
What was that?
Freezing?
Stone Guardian is going to punch a Thurgus a few times. This time you are not protected by protected
Correct.
aura. It hits AC 39 and AC 39.
Displacement.
Okay. 2.
That was the best thing we did.
Missed and hit.
Okay.
Struck you once for 24 damage.
Oh!
Yeah, there's still the clang of combat around the corner.
Oh, is that what that feels like?
You with all the auras and everything, you've had like 3 hits at least, plus 2 crits from hitting you. It's amazing.
So much.
It's amazing. Okay, the Stone Guardian just it is unfeeling. It doesn't react to your smart lip, and it just keeps on mercilessly trying to pound you into dirt.
That's fair.
Makronom. Oh, there's nothing over here. He's got a bunch of tentacles, like kind of trying to block your view. And you can see a bunch of eyes looking, and he's looking up at this thing. I forget. Did we give Makronom some levels? Makronom is a 3rd level mimic, 3rd level blood rager with a 3rd level rogue gestalt. Okay. So he does have tools, I think. Yep. He's going to spend this round trying to understand the door. He's not a very good thief at this point. Okay. A few more levels before competence.
I'm not sure about this one. It does make a squeaking noise, though.
As he's like wiping a tentacle against it.
Do you need me to help you take a look?
Oh no, you just play with your glitter ghost.
Thurgus.
Okay, so this stone creature is not causing me to take any saves. So for the first round, I'm actually going to move my War Blessing from saves over to a +1 insight bonus to attack. After haste goes down, pretty much puts me at the same 1d20 + 24. So,
okay.
Swing, 31 to hit on the primary.
That hits.
And a 38 on the secondary.
2 hits.
4. What did I lose? Oh, right. 45 and 40. All right, my turn. Whoa.
You grab your sword back and you hack off one of its arms at the elbow, and then basically line up a big swing to knock its head off of its body. The creature crumbles into a pile of rubble inside the grease on top of the rubble.
I just pant. This all day.
Good job.
Yeah, I think we've broken out of combat at this point in time. With the golems down and the shadowy ghost thing pacified, and the vampiric mist of the horrible mimic vampire trapped in a bubble. Everything is now quiet. A few seconds later, displacement goes down.
I'm going to detect magic on the table and see if the table or the leg is magical, and if not, I'm going to wood shape the leg
Okay.
into a little ball and stick it in Makronom.
Okay, so the leg appears to be like crafted as a separate piece. And it is hollow through some of the eyes and like mouth holes. You're pretty sure that the leg might act as this creature's coffin. And you would shape it. Spell, right?
Yep. Up to 18 cubic feet of wood into a crude shape that I like. I like a nice little ball, nice compact little ball. I'll carve it later.
Okay, it looks like this horribly stretched, ghoulish face wood ball that is somewhat hollow in the center of it. You could see the vampiric mist kind of freaking out as you're doing that.
I'll play around with a little bit, bounce it back and forth in front of the mist.
Yeah,
While he's doing that, I'm calling Makronom to see if he can come back.
Oh, there's just a door, a wall over here. It's impenetrable. I'll be there in a second, Zephyros.
Should I carve it? It's kind of tempting. It might be nice. I'll shake it. There's nothing inside this, is there? No special little things.
Nothing yet.
There's nothing inside the strange sphere. It's almost like you've made a weird little bit of art, like a bowling ball of ghoulish faces.
It's a special little thing, but I'm angry. Makronom?
Yeah, over here.
Makronom does not want to leave so that the professor can look through at the puked up library that's just on the other side of this wall of force.
I have something for you.
Oh.
It's for eating.
Oh. Yeah, I am a little bit peckish. Professor, don't go over there.
Father, this
Father!
belonged to the other mimic, Makrinam, and I want you to eat it.
Oh,
It's safe. It's just wood.
it's for eating?
It's creepy wood. Yes.
Okay, it's pretty big, but I think I can force it down.
It's a table leg turned into a ball. Yeah, I think you can do it.
He basically wraps his lips around it and kind of doesn't quite get over the diameter. And then there's
am I blocking your view? Let me stand aside. Enjoy.
There's a little bit of a ripple as he pushes his lips a little bit further along the ball. Now that there's this almost like a badly tuned whistling sound as Makernob's breathing is going through the horrible thing, and then he ripples a little bit more, and his lips kind of like go a little bit further. They've gone over the apex of the sphere, and then eventually he just swallows it down.
Wave at it.
The thing is just roiling around in anger. It is turning over itself. It's now just splattered in blood. You can't see the mist inside. Like the entire sphere has been covered in blood on the inside. You still get the sense that there's motion in there, but you can't quite see its reactions.
Oh,
This thing's wobbly now, I'm afraid.
yeah. Yeah, it's not a container.
Oh well.
That mimic just liked to turn into furniture.
You're more clever, Makernam.
Oh, I don't know why I didn't sense it.
Don't worry, Mako. I didn't sense it either.
Oh.
It is a vampire, so there's that.
Oh, it's got nowhere to go now.
That's too bad.
Good thing we caught it in that sphere.
I wonder what it will do.
Professor, what are you doing with your buddy? With your shadow friend?
Yes, well, let's see what these girls are yelling about, shall we? Girls, I thought you were going upstairs. What are you doing?
Hey, ask him about this mist in a sphere here. See if it wants that.
Oh, you
Probably not.
You interested in sphere mist as a sacrifice? Maybe pre-sacrifice snack?
Bring the sacrifice to the chamber.
He says we've got to bring it to the chamber.
Unless you wish to be the sacrifice.
No. I mean, if worse comes to worse, I suppose. But let's see. Let's exhaust all our options, shall we?
Okay. It's undead. It seems to have patience.
Girls, what are you doing?
Yeah,
here?
Henrietta's the way up. It's shut.
Oh, I mean, it was right back there. Can't you just fiddle with the latch or something?
The wall. It's shut.
Maybe bleed on it a little bit. That helped with the door upstairs. I thought I taught you both to think critically for yourselves.
Something's wrong with Christina. She's not thinking at all. We have to go down.
Yes, once we have a sacrifice, Christina, we'll go down. Just be patient.
Henrietta sits Christina down at the grimy table that the Grimlocks were definitely using as a dinner table. Henrietta goes running back, and you see that she draws a knife, and she pricks her finger, and you can see her like making some sigil on the wall.
Well, I suppose that's sorted for the moment. Let's get back to looking for these sacrifices. Come on, follow me.
Okay. Christina gets up and follows you.
Not you. Stay seated. I swear, girl, you don't listen any better than you did before.
All right, Makernam and Pharisee are getting their giggles. They've destroyed the vampiric mist's coffin, a false wooden leg, and they've got it trapped in a resilient sphere. What are Thurgus and Zephyros doing at this point?
Thurgus is trying to catch his breath, and then he's waiting for that fog to go away because he's gonna smash his skull. And he's sure it's going to be fine. I'm going to hit that skull with the gems in the eyes, right? Right? Guys?
probably control the statues.
Yeah, well, fuck that guy. Or Skull, or whatever.
Zephyrus is just standing there. He was enjoying the show that Ferris had put up in destroying Spirits home.
You guys,
So
in your
he
magic
wasn't doing
room.
much. He was just appreciating the fact that love it when a plan comes together, that sort of thing.
All right, how long does the mist last?
The mist or the
Mist. Right. That is. I don't have it listed. It's either round per level. I think it's a minute per level.
I'm gonna burn
Minute
my
per level.
last level 2 as a heal as well.
Minute per level?
Yeah, so 8 minutes.
And the stone call lasts for a while?
Stone Call, 1 round per level, so it's probably gone.
Okay. All right, Makarnon begins inching his way this way. He scooches by Thurgus.
Go, Makarnam, go! You can go get it!
Oh.
He can't fit it in, though, can he?
Oh.
You can hear him trying to eat books, but spitting them back up right away.
Oh.
What is that sound down there? Mokranum, are you okay?
Hey,
Nothing to see here.
Makarnum, give me that water.
Oh, you want your water back?
Yeah, just right there. You could make some space.
Okay, Makarnon is gonna
It's like 8 gallons of water or something.
Yep. pour out.
Dump it in the coffin.
He pours out 8 gallons of water.
Oh, there you go. It's just like you gave it to me. It might not be at the same temperature, though.
It's fine. It looked like you were having some troubles.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I can fit all those books back in me. Something's wrong. I feel weak.
Maybe I could help you with that tomorrow.
Oh,
Not sure.
Yeah, you're not supposed to get touched by those bad mimics, I guess. Oh.
And he'll just spend some time guarding the pile of books that are kind of all pukey from multiple attempts of him trying to put them back in.
Makarnam, it's okay. The professor won't be angry.
Won't be angry about what?
Nothing to see here. Go find your spirit.
What's that? Oh, what is going on in here?
Okay, the spirit is no longer glittery by the time you bring it around the corner. Oh god. They're all like walking together like they could just reach out and hold each other's hands. The small professor, his kind of spaced out daughter, and this horrible shadowy thing.
Yes, you'll notice I found the most interesting travel companion in the basement. He's got a peculiar request for us.
Pixel runs and hides on Pharisee when the thing comes around the corner. She doesn't like it, nor does she want to be the sacrifice.
Yes, he's looking for a sacrifice. I guess the house is hungry. It needs a soul to fulfill the trifold pact, as I'm sure we all already knew.
Let's go take a look at those gems and things.
Yes, maybe there's a sacrifice in there with the gems.
Maybe you can identify them before we get too close to them.
Before we smash it.
Oh, yes.
Yes, before then.
Well, what about this?
Careful about the vampire coffin too.
What about this vampiric mist that we got trapped in here?